Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Rovi, and Mscribe, and today we're going to be talking about the token that solves crypto. Which one's that, I-Man?
Solves crypto.
That saves crypto, I should say.
Saves crypto. Yeah, maybe that's a better way to phrase it, because it implies crypto needs some saving.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of arguments you can kind of bring up in case for that. I don't know. Strategy coins is kind of...
Yeah.
That's another video, by the way. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Coming soon.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that, because there's a festering other proposition for how we save crypto, right? So
Yeah.
let's weaponize the juice of Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
And just like sprinkle it about, a little Salt Bay action onto like dead assets.
Yeah, dude.
That's all we needed, is a little bit of salt.
Salt Bay? Is that what we needed?
Sailor Bay.
Sailor Bay?
Some sailor juice. Just spread it about. But we got a different juice we've concocted. It's called DMT. It's produced by Bitcoin.
It's great.
What?
It's great.
You tried it?
Yeah.
It's good stuff, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a good recipe. And we're sprinkling it about for now in the miner's direction in the form of NAT.
Yeah.
But if you understand DMT and its application, it can go much further beyond that. But
yeah,
for now, we have to center our focus and attention on NAT, because it is attempting to solve a very big problem. And I guess over the last week or so, a lot more people seem to agree with us. Right?
Yeah, for sure. And it all started with Ampool, right? So all we have to do is go back just 2 months.
Yeah, it feels way longer than that, right?
Yeah. I mean,
maybe not. Maybe 2 months is like...
2 months feels like...
It was about 2 months ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, really.
I mean, a lot of stuff has happened over 2 months.
Yeah, but that was definitely the starting catalyst to it all, because, as we talked about in this video,
that's right.
It kind of like set forth this first signal that validated the concept behind NAT, right?
Correct. Yeah. So what happened is Ampool ended up moving their NAT, and it was at the time maybe a 2 to 3 million market cap. Mm-hmm. And then by the time we made the video, people had picked up on it and doubled it. Mm-hmm. And so this is exactly 2 months ago. So if you want to know the genesis of like how it all started, I'd probably go back to this video, watch it. The link will be in the description, and then you can see what's happened since then. So I'll just pull up the current day NAT page, which is one of these. Here we go. And yeah, now we're at 56 million
market cap. So you're saying it went from, yeah, that's pretty good. Like a 2 to 3 to 5 million range, which NAT has been trading in that range for like the bulk part of a year, I would say.
Yeah.
And there's some charts that reflect that, right? And
yeah,
for all you technical analysts out there, this is a very commonly identified chart pattern, right?
Yeah, so the people on Twitter are telling me that this is a tub and handle.
Is there a reason why you're calling it a tub and not a cup? Is it because it's like...
Because it's so wide.
It's girthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard. I remember looking up tub and handles back in like the 2017 days, when I was like looking for sniping opportunities. Like,
yeah,
I was just learning about, markets and such. And I, as long as I was able to draw triangles, I thought I was like the next Warren Buffett, right?
Yeah.
Just like all of us. It's like if you're capable of spotting triangles, you're guaranteed a W here, right?
Right.
But then I learned about these charts where it's like usually over a 6 to 12 month, it could be longer, I guess, time frame. If there's this like trough following like a peak, expect like a return essentially to the previous all-time high.
Yeah.
Forming that cup-like pattern, but then typically it meets that resistance point, so that it kind of like corrects from there, forming the handle, right?
That's right.
Yeah, there's no handle to a tub.
That's true.
So what is it? Tub and towel rack? It's pretty weird.
Yeah. But you're right. So as soon as it hits that resistance, you should expect some pullback. But the problem with this is there wasn't a whole ton of volume over here. This is like, I don't know, people are just going crazy with it because remember the mint price was free. and people were just setting, ridiculous prices, and some people were buying them just because they didn't know like what was what, right?
Yeah, it was pure price discovery, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a TGE, but not really. Like there was not like the TGE in the traditional sense where there was like a pre-selected
a pre-price,
and then it's like, here's the tokens and, market trade at will.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, so some people set ridiculous market caps and then it corrected. But yeah, I don't know. From a chart perspective, there could be some resistance just because, that's what you would expect. But because there was so little volume, there might not be any resistance here.
Well, I think you're already kind of seeing it, right? Like it hit and then it's down, right? Like that to me looks like resistance,
Yeah, that's true.
Which is normal and healthy and expected, right? So
yeah,
I guess now it's like if you're a technical analyst again, it's like you're waiting to see that handle return and test resistance again.
Right.
And like officially break through, right? Then that's where we're like in new price discovery.
New price discovery, right.
Which hasn't happened since since 2024. Early 2024.
January 2024.
Where are we? So that's like more than a year and a half.
Yeah, correct.
Wow. Yeah, a long time.
It is a long time.
All those minters out there, you're up, but yeah, all you people who what do you call it? Top blasted?
Yeah.
You're finally break even.
Yeah.
So congrats to you. That's a
round of applause.
It's nice to break even for once. It's tough to do that in these markets.
Yeah. And so in other news, nonKYC finally lists NAT. So this has been in development for like several months. There's been a few hitches in terms of technical development, but they got it through. And yeah, I mean, look at this engagement. This is crazy.
Yeah, people are excited to see an exchange support NAT because, yeah, there is a little bit of a technical lift because it's not like other tokens, and it's built on TAP protocol. So there's like a little bit of a technical integration process there to understand, the native essence of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And like, tokenology on top of Bitcoin. It's unlike the other stuff out there, right?
Yeah. It requires transfer inscriptions, and I was doing some transfer inscriptions yesterday and was taking almost an hour just to wait for one block.
Yesterday was particularly slow for whatever reason.
Yeah. So we got nonKYC. So what does that look like? If you go to their site, the links will be in the description. You'll land here. And then here they have a different market cap. It's 65 million. So yeah, it's trading between 50 and 65, something like that. And so once it gains additional volume, it'll start leveling out. And so this is a good arbitrage opportunity for those who are interested in that strategy. And I think you got to be careful because I saw like an MEV bot on the Ethereum network with NAT deposit 2 million and then sell 1 million. So basically lost money in this MEV strategy. And so, but the bot doesn't care. That's like chump change, $1 million.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here it is at 65 million. This is what it looks like. And what's interesting, I was showing you, is that it reached an all-time high here, like around 94 million. But again, there's very little volume here, and then you just see this correction and then kind of a little bit of recovery there.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is important as trading volume on Uniswap, right?
Yeah.
For the next phase, which is like, getting support on CoinGecko and such.
Yeah.
Right? So like it's important to participate in these like newly formed market access points for NAT, right?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about CoinGecko here. But yeah, you're right. It's now that this is trading here, it's very important that we get some volume here so that CoinGecko goes and listed. But before we get to that, bit.com is also listing the NAT token.
Yeah, so this is more of like, I think, an Asian-centric exchange.
Yeah.
Which is important, right? There's a massive wave of awareness spreading throughout the East, I think. I think based on what I see and feedback from the community, it's like, for whatever reason, I think the Eastern audience kind of understands the thesis a little bit better than the Western one does.
Yeah, or they really like or care about Bitcoin.
Yeah, could be a mixture of both, right? So it's good to have, an access point for that demographic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is going to be listed on October 14th. They still have to do some development, but yeah, this is getting really close. And so, yeah, now tapping to a different kind of demographic. And so then we're talking about CoinGecko. So we just submitted for listing on CoinGecko as well. So here's the proof, and that it's pending on CoinGecko. So we're just waiting for that. But this heavily depends on, activity on nonKYC.
And Uniswap, right?
And Uniswap as well. Yeah, those both should be listed if it gets approved.
And Uniswap has done pretty well, right?
Yeah, so Uniswap has, through the Taproot bridge, people have bridged 9 trillion NAT.
Damn.
9 trillion. And so now we have 800 new holders as a result of that.
Yeah, which isn't reflected on NAT GMI, right?
Correct. So we need to make some updates to NAT GMI so that we start aggregating a lot of these values and, reflect true information here as far as holders count. Because now we're talking about, I have here a link to the Twitter space today. We're talking about bridging to Solana and bridging it to Binance.
Everywhere.
And Base was part of the discussion. And so, all these are going to have their own individual holders, and they need to be aggregated as a total.
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree.
So coin market cap, there's been some updates here. Actually, we're still waiting for a few updates to get through, but yeah, kind of showing market cap here. This one says, 45. So yeah, so you can see that different markets have different market caps. So huge arbitrage opportunity for those that like that. And then Altcoin Buzz, they release their own article talking about the NAT token. And I'll let you guys read through this, but at the very end, conclusion says NAT has the potential to make Bitcoin remain safe and viable over the next several decades.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
This is a multi-cycle, I guess, narrative, which for some people might seem like a bad thing. For others, a very good thing, right? Because, in a market that's kind of completely dominated these days by, short time frame, short attention span narratives, meme coins, etc.
Yeah.
They tend to not have much longevity to them, right? Therefore, you typically don't want to hold these things for very long.
Right.
With the knowledge of that, it's going to be very difficult to build any long-term conviction around any of these things because, the nature of a meme is typically, it's like in the moment, cultural value of some moment in time. And it's typically doesn't reemerge unless it's like a breakthrough meme of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But NAT is not that, right? It's addressing a core issue to Bitcoin that over time gets dramatically much more of a pressing, in its status that needs to be addressable.
Yes.
Therefore, perceivably increasing the value of NAT over time in context of that awareness over time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it feels inevitable because, like you're saying, as time progresses, this issue becomes even more obvious.
Yeah.
And so because we're able to recognize it so early on and we're able to come up with a solution to it, this is an opportunity for anyone who is stumbling into a video like this to go and do your due diligence. Go read the NAT paper. It's on natgmi.com. Go ahead and read it and verify its claims. And if you disagree with aspects of it, let us know. Right? We'd like to kind of dissect it as well and see if there's any holes in the whole thesis. And but so far, I haven't seen any viable counter arguments to this solution.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either other than...
Which tells me we need to get more eyeballs on it. There's got to be somebody who says, hey, you missed this or you forgot that, or, there's this other phenomena happening with miners that you're not aware of.
Right.
It's I need to know these things, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, feedback's important. And again, this is kind of the premise behind NAT, right? It's this is going to be a prevalent conversation moving forward for the context of Bitcoin and understanding its place in time in history, right? It's gone through 16 or so years of early adoption curve, smart money buyers, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And then now it's like entering into this like institutional adoption curve.
That's right. Yeah.
And with that, implies many, severe implications. Like, if it actually does achieve, integration into the monetary system, like, specifically the United States.
Yeah. What are the macro implications of that? Yeah.
Yeah. So then you really want to poke holes at that, right? Just because of the ramifications of if somehow there's some underlying issue related to Bitcoin and it's not addressed in the future, like what are the ramifications of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, if the United States fully adopts Bitcoin and uses it as a balancing mechanism for the debt, if this issue becomes more obvious with time, then this issue needs to be solved sooner rather than later. And the only easy solution is just to buy up NAT.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like the architects of this are people like Michael Saylor and others who are obviously making a strong effort to make this reality.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, they say things like,
don't touch it, don't mess with it.
And all you guys are actually spending your hard-earned resources on mining it probably should reevaluate that and just buy Bitcoin instead because it's a better.
Yeah, in one of his interviews, he suggested, it's actually one of his longer interviews he did recently, he suggested that miners, instead of buying hardware to secure the network, you should just buy Bitcoin because the hardware depreciates 30% year over year.
Right.
While Bitcoin grows 30% year over year.
Yeah, so that either implies Michael Saylor has like a fundamental misunderstanding of of the value structure to Bitcoin, or
we're misunderstanding what he's saying.
Or he's just like he's injecting that to overemphasize the importance of like
maybe
buying Bitcoin just so people really get the points. Like you really need to be buying this stuff, even you miners, even though the act of you dissolving your hardware in exchange for Bitcoin would
undermine security.
Undermine security, but yeah. So who knows, right? Maybe. Only God and Michael Saylor knows the truth to this question. But nonetheless, if you understand the full scope of everything, you understand the purpose of NAT, and you would want to buy some.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thesis, basically.
Yeah, and if you don't agree, then you can buy, anything else, like a meme or something.
Yeah. I mean,
totally fine.
We like those too. We're out there.
Yeah.
Just watch our videos, dude. We've covered just about as much as we can in this space, right?
Yeah, so just to cap things off on Ethereum, so again, NAT was bridged to Ethereum. You can swap ETH for NAT, and look at the daily volume on that, 2.3 million.
That's
TVL is almost 300 grand. I remember this being at 15,000.
Yeah, me too. And volume like 4,000.
Yeah.
2,000 some days. Like,
yeah.
Basically ghost town.
That's right.
But this is significant. This is a lot of volume. This is good. This is a healthy, token on display. And I think probably a main contributor to why, all of a sudden, if you looked at the trading activity of NAT over the last weekend, it was pretty spectacular, right?
It was, yeah.
A lot of this happening, you know, it's like, wow, there's real market interest here.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think you guys should listen to the conversation with Rome here. And so Fitzy, Benny was there, I was there, just chatting. And there was a lot of interesting parts to this. It was like bridging NAT to all these networks. Then Rome was like, you know what, miners, if this works, miners can become the VCs to invest in projects that have some sort of buyback mechanism to NAT. And so now with efficient supply of value to the miners, they can partake in the market in ways that they haven't been able to before.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because they could just buy NAT, or they could buy hardware and all that stuff. But if they buy a project that is going to be successful, let's say it is successful and it's like hundreds of millions of volume, and buy pressure of NAT, that like does better for their business.
Yeah, so then it's in their interest to support those types of like cross-chain initiatives, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally agree. And that is the ending section of the NAT paper that kind of outlines that vision.
Yeah, so I'll link the NAT paper in the description, and all you got to do is scroll all the way down, and this is the part that we're talking about right now. There's these gears where we have Bitcoin is producing DMT. DMT is being leveraged within this Web3 app, could be like a launchpad or whatever. And then if this app is successful, it's a buy pressure for NAT, and thereby making Bitcoin more secure, making DMT even better, and you have a flywheel.
Yeah. So, yeah, whether or not miners want to get involved with that, of course, that's subjective. It's up to them.
Yeah.
But, we think anybody or, as NAT appreciates in value, I think people across the board should start to understand the importance of that, right? Because then they'll start to become aware of, like, the underlying issues to Bitcoin and, understanding doesn't matter what sector of the industry you're in. Maybe you're a baser, you're an abstractor, you're a suier.
Yeah.
What else is out there? Plasma-er. You're a hyper.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chains. I can go on all day.
There's a lot of them.
Naming these corners of blockchain.
Yeah.
But no matter where you're at, you should understand at the core, at the center of it all is Bitcoin, right? So if there's a problem there and it doesn't get resolved and it has like some sort of subsequent like crisis as a result of like people just ignoring this problem, all your bags are fucked. Yeah. All your chains are fucked.
You told me to watch The Big Short over the weekend. I didn't get to, but there's a lot of parallels there.
A little bit.
People are recognizing an issue with the housing market.
Yeah.
And, they're positioning themselves against that inevitable outcome.
Back in like 2005, 2006, right? They're like, wow, there's a lot of like Wall Street, fluffery amok, I guess, like in these like bond valuations and such. And maybe we should look into it. And then they find out like all these like financial structures are
over leveraged.
Yeah, or they're backed by not what based on the grades that they have, not what's actually backing them. Yeah. It's like fundamentally flawed, the value of it. So it's like some metric in that equation was like, I guess like default rates.
Right.
Has to hit some threshold, and all of a sudden the whole bond collapses. In this case, it's like miner revenue is the metric in this scenario. If it continues to decline, which it has, and is expected to continue, there's some sort of collapsing moments where now it's...
Yeah, miners go bankrupt, it gets a little bit more centralized, and all of a sudden a threat vector arises.
Yeah, which, again, is who knows what that does to like the industry-wide sentiment around crypto and Bitcoin and all that, right? So you want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. All the links will be in the description, and if you guys find anything interesting in the space, do you have some critiques on the NAT paper? Do you think we're missing some component here? Please let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.